I just forgot to clap. There we go. All right. Oh, do you see that spin? You guys must be wondering, where's my chair? Have I got a different setup? No, this was a chair that used to be over there. I'm sure you guys have seen that before. And as you can see, there's no more chairs behind me because we sold them off. We didn't need them. But yeah, this one spins. It's nice. Not the same as my other chair, but it shall do. Anyways, back to the video. So, shit. And this is a problem. Alright, first of all, let me thank everyone, right, for liking, commenting, subscribing. Let's engage more in the comments. I know these videos are long. I hope you guys are watching as much of it as you can and like actually gaining value. But yeah, like comment on the video, just share your thoughts with me, or even just DM me and speak to me, share your thoughts with me, how you're finding the markets, how you're trading them, all the good stuff, right? If you need any help, yeah. Another thing is thank you for subscribing. I think I'm pretty much close to like 20 subscribers right now, which is pretty sick, right? What else? The main thing I wanted to talk about today was actually a couple of things. Last week, I did take like a chart detox, right? I wasn't in front of the screens all the time. I'd probably look at the screens obviously around the 2 p.m. time that I usually do, and sometimes even earlier, and probably just before bed or around the 10 p.m. close, right? And I wouldn't look at the charts in terms of entering positions throughout the rest of the day. I would, if I was in a trade, I would just probably look at my MetaTrader 4 just to monitor it and manage the trade, place the stop loss into break even or take partials. But that was pretty much it because yeah, I just had, my mind wasn't feeling right. There's too much haziness in over there, right? Maybe I was thinking too much about some other things, or I was just kind of I wouldn't say burning out, even though that does happen. I have taken like breaks of 2 weeks to about 6 weeks long before with my trading, right? You just burn out and you just want to get away from it sometimes. But this time round, it was just, you know, I think I just needed to do something else and just get my mind off trading. Which I suggest everyone else do as well, right? Because since I did that, I feel much more awake, much more fresh. The way I'm looking at the markets is better. Okay, and when you do that, right, you don't just want to, okay, just stay away from the charts, don't place active trades, but go through your journals, right? Evaluate yourself, look at your previous performances, your past performances, and see what you have been doing wrong. And the whole point is that when you do take a step away from the markets, yes, you're physically taking a step away from the markets, but you're still evaluating yourself in terms of what you have done wrong previously, which is, you know, it could be bad habits or just bad decisions that you made, which have led you down a certain way, and how can you carry on improving that? It doesn't have to be a quick change just like that, but it could be something gradual, but something that can improve the way you trade, right? That's the whole purpose. So I did that. I feel a bit more clearer right now. Okie dokie, guys. It is Monday, coming up to about 3 p.m. I have been on the charts for about half an hour-ish. Well, actually since 2 o'clock. Just looking at any setups and see what I can enter right now, because I've got something going on after 4 p.m. so I won't be able to monitor charts for the rest of the day. Right? I have found a couple entries. I will go into them straight away. Let's see. One was Euro GBP. Right, we can see price at a range box over here. It's found resistance at the top and it's showing rejection, right? Previous couple of candles, they finished as a harami pattern on daily, suggesting it will come down. When I go lower, I can see prices in a range box, right? It's tried breaking out of the upside, hasn't managed to do that. So the next possible thing, created somewhat of an evening start pattern over here as well. So I am hoping the momentum will continue lower, even though there have been wick projections over here. If price was to break this, it should pull lower, right? So I have entered upon my range box strategy, right? Entry just at the support over here with stop loss over here and a
1 to 2 risk to reward ratio. This week is actually going to start off similar to last week. So Euro GBP and GBP Chef. GBP Chef, it's interesting for me right now. It's taken a third touch of the trend line with a potential break, but it seems like a false break, right? The following candles haven't closed below the low of this. And price seems to be back above this, well, now resistance level, right? When I go into 4 hour, I can see price is kind of ranging, right? So what I've done is I've taken a 2% entry over here. So it'll be a buy stop that I've placed. So upon a break of this range box, and if the hypothesis of the false breakout still stands, price should move up towards this sort of level over here. Alongside that, I've looked deeper into the 1 hour charts. And I can see there's like a inverse head and shoulders pattern forming, right? So that's the shoulder, that's the head over there. And it's come down again for a shoulder, showing rejection off of this. It's not breaking below this. So I thought, okay, let's enter a 1% trade over here and see if this inverse head and shoulders wants to play out. If it does, then I want it to be like an intraday-like trade. So take my profits up over here at the weekly key level. It's currently a 1% trade over here. And it will become a 3% trade altogether when this one is triggered at coincidentally the neckline of the inverse head and shoulders, right? Which is coincidentally the range, which is the resistance of the range box over here. So it'd be interesting to see how all of this plays out. I think my thing is just about triggering right about now-ish, but that should be interesting. All right, that's it for me for now. Anyways, I will check back in maybe later tonight. Just to see a roundup, just to see what prices managed to do. If not, definitely tomorrow around the same time. All right, that's it for me for now. Peace. Okay, people. It is currently coming up to 2 p.m. on a Tuesday afternoon. If there's any music in the back, please ignore. Hopefully there's no copyright strikes either. So let's get to it. I've just briefly checked the charts. Things are looking good, I must say. Pound Chef, okay, so this is one that we were in. This is one that we were in yesterday, right? Monday we opened up. Good signs, right? If I go lower, first TP was over here for the first trade. That's been hit. That's been closed out, hopefully by itself. Second one is probably in an area where I can take partials now, right? Yeah, definitely. So I can take partials over there and place stop loss into break even for that one. What else we got going on? Euro GBP though, good signs, very good signs. It has been triggered. It looks like in the past few hours actually. It's broken to the downside of the range. I'm assuming that must be at least 50 pips over there. So, oh, it's not even, right? But it is 30, which is good enough for me to put the stop loss into break even. So that is something I'll do. I've not checked MetaTrader just yet, so why don't we go ahead and check that out together? There it is. Right, that's looking good. And yes, as we can see, the initial GBP-USD trade has been closed out. And okay, right, so I don't know how much we gained on that monetary wise, but it's actually, if I was to quickly calculate it, I'd say probably like close to £100. So there's a 4% risk. Each 1% is more or less £25, right? So just rough it up to £100. And over here we can see price is moving very nicely, right? So what I'll do is I'll go place it into break even, takes partials where it needs to be, and look for more entries for later today. All right, that's it for me for that. That's it for me for now, though. Take care, guys. Peace. Oh, hold up. Okie dokie, guys. So right now it is Wednesday now, 1 in the morning. basically yesterday, which was Tuesday, I barely looked at the charts. I think I just placed one entry. After that, I monitored NP4 here and there. And apart from that, barely looked at the charts. Even at the 10 p.m. close for Tuesday, I didn't even bother looking. Now is the time I'm looking. No reason. It's just, well, the reason is I'm just trying to stay away from the charts. Like a chart detox for the day, basically. I don't want to be too much in front of the screen or, yeah, that's what it was. But right now, I'm going to see if there's any setups lined up for tomorrow. Let's do that live, I guess. But it's not giving a clear signal to enter. I'm going to skip. Oh, okay, this happened earlier. So I'm not sure if I shared this trade, but the initial trade did hit TP. I think I might have shared that this morning. Then I entered for another position, which was over here, right? Which was at this, which was at this candle over here, right? Sorry, my levels keep coming in the way. And what that showed was rejection of this trend line and a break back of the key level. So I thought I'll enter for a position over there. It was only a 1% trade, but I thought I'd enter over there. It went up a little bit, came lower, and took us out at stop loss, which was placed over here. However, and also the initial trade that we had placed over here, the 2%er, that went up obviously, and it's come back down and taken us at a break even. I did take partials over here, I believe. I'm pretty sure I did. Looking at it though right now, it's a great play over here. Price is clearly broken out of this range box, come back for a retest, made this what do you call it, hammer-like formation. I might have to enter again on the same basis. Same key levels, everything. That's fine. Sorry, same entry, take profit, stop loss, but just enter again. Looks good to me. And broke out of that, came lower. Wicks, not want to move any lower. Yeah, looks good to me. I might have to enter that one again. Euro GBP. Okay, so this one I got taken out as well in the afternoon sometime, right? Price did come over here, but seemed to reverse. If you see clearly, there's some sort of resistance, well, support level going along over here, right? Price touched that, bounced back up, which is not too great for us, but it's fine. I'd already placed my thingy at break even over here, so may not really care. Oh shit, actually, when did this close? 6, 10. Okay, never mind, sorry. Am I going to enter again? It's a good question to myself. Just looking at the recent price action around this level over here, right? Currently, I do see wick rejections, doji candles. Oh, sorry, that was 3 hour. Let's look at 2 hour. Something different. All right. Bam. It's going to be a bit risky, but this fucking short box, bro, I swear down. Plan, right? I'm going to enter on a breakout lower from here. Currently it's at the top. Probably 20 odd pips Oh, sorry, 15 pips precisely. Lovely. If price breaks this, I'm gonna enter and have my take profit about 45 pips away from over here. So coming up to, yeah, I'll probably take it at this weekly key level area, right? I'm really liking the price action on 4 hour and 2 hour. I can see some resistance coming over there. It'd be nice. I'm just trying to think to myself, is it going to be the same story as last week, right? Euro GBP. At that time, I was kind of basing both trades off of, you know, them having inverse correlation. I just hope subconsciously that's not what's going on. I really just feel like I've just managed to find two good trades. Coincidentally, just on those pairs as well. Mad little bit. For me, this is nice, right? Reason being, I'm placing my entry point below this. So price, so price must move in a bearish way to be able to trigger that, right? I'm gonna enter the short. Yes, I will. Okie dokie, people's in. So Friday, kind up to about 3 p.m. right now. Just gonna go over a few things. I can't even remember when I done this last, because from what I remember, Tuesday I took off, just didn't feel in the mood to trade. Wednesday kind of led over into the same thing, just didn't feel like it. And then yesterday I jumped back in front of the markets. Didn't see anything like in the afternoon, evening time, but just before bed when the 10 p.m. daily candle closed, I did see quite a few setups lining up. So what I did was on Aussie dollar, US dollar, I went on the 4 hour, and around this kind of point over here, right, I could see that the trend line was somewhat being broken, and this range box over here seemed to be getting broken as well, right? There wasn't a confirmation of it actually being broken. It was just a potential for it breaking, right? Just the way the candle finished, but there wasn't like a follow-up candle confirming that, okay, it has been broken, it will now move to the downside. So I still ended up taking a trade, tight stop loss, but only 1% risk, just to see how it goes. Unfortunately, trend line was very well respected, and I should have waited for an actual confirmation before entering a trade. But it was late at night. I wasn't going to be in front of the charts anymore, so I thought, you know what, 1% trade, let me just enter and see what happens. Maybe that's a fear of missing out coming in over there, but I'm still happy that I did take the trade, even though it didn't work out my way, and I stuck to the 1% rule for a scenario like this. Euro USD, I did enter a trade on this. It wasn't triggered. Woke up in the morning, it wasn't triggered because price hadn't gone to where I wanted it to. So my plan was to actually, delete this pending order, right? I have no idea why I didn't do that, but price came down, literally just whipped me at the entry over there and shot up, right? Yeah, it was silly me, right? This was a 2% result, so it's just a pointless 2% to lose, just like that. Anyways, USD CAD. This I had placed a trade on, but it wasn't triggered, right? Because it could be I was using a very high lot size for my account. However, it was still compliant with my 2% rule. So I think this was, the highest lot size I've ever used, right? Following correct risk management, which is 0.52 is what I used yesterday, or 0.5, I think 0.52. But yeah, so price should have come triggered it, but for some reason, because of my leverage, I don't use a very high leverage. So that's why it didn't allow me to trade it. I mean, it's a good thing. Else, I would have been down 2% on this because it was a 2%er. The reason I entered this was I could see price moving up, and it was around this resistance sort of level. And the plan was, and on 1 hour, it was a range box forming over here. So the plan was, if price was to break out of this range box, it will also consequently break the resistance over here, which would mean it should carry on pushing up. But what it done was just completely reject off of it. And I mean, if I was watching the markets and then entering, then I would have probably shorted it, right? Or just left it alone. But because I was about to go to bed, I was like, all right, that was a good enough confirmation for me to enter. That's with all of the trades last night, basically. GP Chef is what I did enter, and it was profitable until just right now. So I entered it around there. Price came, retested this level to the T, right? So if we go on daily, the reason I entered this was, which is how I should be entering trendline breaks, right? So, and I wrote this message over here just at the start of the week as well. Got 1 touch, 2 touch. On the 3rd touch, price has broken this, right? But there hasn't been a candle that's closed past this candle to the downside, suggesting that it's a confirmed break of the trend line and price should carry on moving down. So price has just been stalling over here, not telling us that if it wants to move down. However, this candle yesterday, which closed, it closed below this, right? It didn't just wick past it, it closed past this, which suggests that, okay, you know what? Price does want to come lower. So I thought upon a retest of this, I will enter for a short. I think price was about 20 pips away from my entry around that time. I think price was, roughly around here somewhere. So I thought, you know what, I'll enter a buy limit, sell limit. So hopefully price does come back to retest the level and then move down. And it literally retested it to a T. Now thinking back on it, maybe I should have placed my stop loss a bit more tighter. But this was a 2% trade. It was nice enough. I think I banked about 4% on this trade because after the 30 and 50 pip marks, so placed stop loss into break even, took partials around this level of it. It was a bit past the 50 pips. But on 1 hour, I could see that at this level over here, right, price had made a bullish engulfing of the previous candle, or what it seemed like anyway. So I thought, you know what, a few pips above the wick, I will just place a trailing stop loss around over there, right? Ignore this. I will just place a trailing stop loss around over there. Just in case, it wants to start retracing a lot much higher, because from what happened to me last week, it was, I think, USD CAD and AUD USD. It showed me a level where it wanted to retrace by printing a candlestick pattern, and I failed to close them, and it completely reversed on me. I ended up with a break even. So I thought, you know what, at least by me placing something over here, even though there's quite a big chance of it hitting the trading stop loss, at least I've secured 1.5% over here, and I took some partials when it reached the 50 pip mark as well. So it was good enough for me. Right, and I think, that probably is 50 pips itself, because I took it 85, so 35. Yeah, 50 pips. So that's good. So I banked about 50 pips on that, you can say. What else? GPUSD. Initially, it screwed me over. Right, price was coming down. It was similar to what the Aussie dollar US dollar trade was. Jeez. Huh. Oh, oopsie. So we can see a break. Come on daily. We can see a break of the trend line over there, but it's just broken, right? There's no confirmation confirming that it wants to come lower, right? This is just a potential break, you can say, because it's only one candle that's broken it. There's nothing that's followed after it to suggest that, okay, it's confirmed now, the price has completely broken it and it will follow a downwards move. And also there was a monthly key level over here showing rejection as well. I did kind of disregard both those things yesterday. I think just late at night kind of ones. So, in hindsight, obviously you can always think better, but even still, the main reason why I entered it, this range box over here, right, on 1 hour as well, because the price had been making a very nice move down. Also, breaking the trend line, because I mainly took this trade on the 1 hour time frame, right? And you've had the break over here. And you've had the break over here. This one suggests that, okay, the break is confirmed, and then it started going in a range box. So I thought, okay, you know what, I'm pretty sure this is going to continue coming lower, so let me enter for a short over there, right? With the entry passed over here, stop loss over here. Unfortunately, it just clipped the entry, hit the stop loss, and now, as we can see, it's broken below the monthly key level, coming back to retest, and it's continuing lower by the looks of it. So that one's just a bit unfortunate. Maybe my entry could have been better, but it's fine. Euro GBP is interesting, right? So price broke above this range box and this resistance level over here, which meant that it's going to go higher. So I was hoping for the same thing as GBP Chef, where it comes back for a retest before it moves. It didn't quite come to where I wanted to enter, right? So mine was exactly at 0.9, where I wanted price to come back and retest from before going up. It came to 0.7, right? Maybe next time I will move my entry up 5 pips away from the actual level, because it may not come all the way, but it still may make some sort of like a retracement where it kind of retests, like for example, this sort of level over here. Well, let's see how that goes. I'm going to go self-evaluate myself for whatever's happened this week. And I'll mention a few points in the weekly journal, which I'll be uploading on Sunday. So anyway, that's it for me for now. Oh no, not PSET. Okay, I shall quickly show MT4. I'm not planning to enter any more trades for the day. Right, it's 5, it's 3 o'clock. I'm not going to bother right now. I'm just going to be happy with what's going on. That's where we're currently sitting, right? Not the best thing in the world, not the worst thing in the world, but need to improve soon as. And I think the main thing is not letting greed come in the way. Whenever I'm happy with the monetary sum that I see, that's it. Close the position, move on, right? In terms of break even, I've hit that 3 times already. It's just I failed to close the positions, even though it's fine. I'm happy with the money that I see. It's just the greed comes in and it screws you over in the long run. So I'm just going to refresh myself over the weekend, educate myself, follow some advice from KenFX Freak, go through his posts on Instagram, make some notes. I'm going to start another book as well called Trading for a Living. Can't remember who it was by exactly. I finished a book earlier in the week called Forex Holy Grail. It's pretty insightful. So yeah, if anyone wants that, shoot me a DM. I'll send you guys a link. But yeah, that's it for me for now. Peace.
Another thing I want to talk about is, and which I did gain from this, was the factor of greed, right? I think it was Monday alone, I had hit my break even, right? And kind of surpassed that as well. But the greed factor came in again. And even though I was very, very happy with the monetary value that I could see on my account, I still did not close the trades out, right? And this is one thing that I'm going to really firm down on from this point forwards, is every single time I'm happy with the monetary amount, I'm going to close my trades down, right? There's no need for me to let them run, because every time I have let them run, they've always come back and to haunt me in a sense, right? they'd never hit stop loss, but they'll hit the break even at my entry point, right? Which means I'm kind of neither here nor there because I've put so much effort into the analysis. I've put so much time in a sense of letting the trade breathe and for it to do its thing, and I've still not gained anything from it, right? And if you look at it in that sense, that should kind of incentivize you to take whatever the market is giving you and just be grateful, which is something coming forth in the next few weeks and months. I'm really going to try to do, I really do think it's going to make me a better trader, right? Some people, greed affects some people in different ways, right? Some people, they just over leverage their accounts in terms of using bigger lot sizes than the accounts can handle or entering too many trades, right? Which comes back to haunt them. People blow their accounts up. I've been in the past, I've done that multiple times, too many to count, right? The way greed is affecting me right now is, even though I'm happy seeing the monetary value that my trades have given me, right? The money that I made from my trades, I'm trying to chase more on the same trade, right? And the market is not liking that. It's giving me what I want, but I'm not appreciative. I'm not grateful enough to take what it's given me, and I'm going out to asking it for more. And it's just not, we're not on the same wavelength kind of thing. And it completely flips on me, right? So one thing I am definitely going to do is just be happy with what I get and take it. If I had been doing that, I probably would have hit break even 3 times already, and of course been surpassing it. Another thing I was going to discuss was, it's just left my mind. Yeah. So for the coming week, I may not be trading too much. Monday, Tuesday, I'll probably be able to trade, but the rest of the week maybe not so. I've got a few things going on, so yeah, I think I may be staying away from trading for the latter part. Saying that, I think I want to enter probably like swing like positions and put a trading stop loss in between. As market plays along, I'll probably make a trade plan of that when I enter the trades. And there might not be journaling for the most part as well, right? Because I'll probably be away from my laptop for about. I still have my phone, but I don't trade off my phone. I just use my phone to place my trades. I always analyze on the laptop, and if I don't have that, I'm going to struggle with finding new setups to trade. But yeah, that was it for me for now. I hope you guys like the analysis coming up for the forthcoming week. And yeah, peace.
Alrighty. Hello, peeps. Oh, that was not in frame. Hello, peeps. So, ignore the mess, right? It happens. Life happens. All right. What we're going to do right now is quickly do the analysis of the upcoming week. Few decent setups going on. Start with Aussie dollar, US dollar. This trend line, right? It was being respected well. It seems to have now been somewhat broken, right? Depending on how you draw it. The way I've drawn it right now, it's, I mean, that was the initial break, right? But there's not been a confirmation to confirm that. So what I'm going to do is wait for price to break this range box below this support level. And if it was to break below the support level, then it is good for a short. On the other hand, if the trend line structure still stands, price may go up and want to break above this key level over here, which in the past is also the previous lower high. That will kind of invalidate the double top like formation over here, which will mean that price is going to go higher. So a couple opportunities for this. I'm just hoping for a break either direction to take a trade. If it just keeps like consolidating, like, yeah, it kind of leaves us in no man's land kind of thing. Euro USD, interesting. Price has made a third touch over here on the weekly. Price had also been ranging across this level over here. It has now broken down right, with a bit of momentum. So if price was to come back and give us a retest of this weekly key level, I may short this further to the downside. It's not really giving me any signals to go for long. Actually, what if I place this over here quickly? All right, I'm gonna just place that over there as well, just maybe added confirmation. I may even wait for it to break that and this support level before I go short. We shall see how the market plays out. USD CAD, interesting, right? Price have been making this on weekly. Well, it was an uptrend, but on daily you can see more of a downtrend thing kind of forming with him. It could be for the overall retracement for the uptrend on weekly, but it has been making downtrends. So apologies. Okay, so these lower swings, this could be just a retracement. It's caught up in this consolidation between this range box. It may break to the downside and want to go lower onto this key level over here before maybe pushing back up, or break it to form a down leg even on weekly. Or the uptrend may continue, and if the price can break above this key level over here, I'll take a long. And definitely, if it was to break past this, this should shoot higher to about, at least this sort of level over here to make a double top. GBP AUD, interesting, right? Price has been consolidating around this level for too long now. It did try to break below, but it's not necessarily invalidated it, right? Because price is not exactly closed past this. So because of that, I'm not just ready to say that it's going down right now. It's tried testing it, but it's pushed back up. So that's not a confirmation for me to short it at all. I need something a little bit more stronger. So the possibility still stands. The uptrend could still continue if it was to go above this, right? Break above this kind of like a rangy sort of area. Or if you get a cleaner confirmation suggesting it's a short, I will short it. Also, I hope you guys aren't yawning because of me as well. Because yeah, I swear that's like a theory. If someone yawns, it makes you yawn as well. So I do apologize. Okay, GP share. Overall, this has been trending down. Even on weekly, it made a even on daily. Sorry, it made a swing and a retracement, and now it was caught in the range. Right. I was expecting it to give us a little bit of a cleaner break with a retest and then come lower to this monthly key level. Ideally, at least over here, but most likely I'm going to play it safe and take profits over there. And then enter again. Market always gives you opportunities to enter, and that's what I've exactly discussed in the greed section as well, right? So don't get greedy and just take whatever you can from the market. Whatever it offers, take it with both hands and be grateful. GBP USD. Interesting. It was also in a downtrend-like structure. It's made a retracement, caught up in a range, and also got a sorry. Also got a counter trend line forming over here, which has been broken. So I'm going to wait for the support to be broken, which will kind of support the idea of it going much lower. Moving on, we have Euro JPY, which is interesting. On weekly, it broke the downtrend pretty much, but now it's come back under the trend line as well, which is interesting. And it's done that with a lot of momentum and a lot of force. Looking onto daily, it's also just broken a key level and the counter trend line. So it could come lower. It's showing strong signs of continuing lower. So let's see how that goes. GPJPY, again, downtrend, retracements up, and now it has broken this counter trend line and support level. It'd be nice if it gives us a little bit of rejection, a retest of this level over here, and then comes down. What a beautiful trade that would be. UJ. massive triangle on weekly, right? Sorry, I'm not flicking through the weekly time frames as well, but on weekly the stuff's much clearer to see. On daily, like that's where a bit more noise starts to come in and it's a bit more choppy, so I'm just breaking that stuff down. Triangle, right? We've got the descending trend line over there. We've got the base of the triangle, which this was a base, right? It did make a spike out of it though, one time, but for the most part, this base has been standing. Right now, price has tried going up. It came down with a lot of force, right? Consolidation around this sort of level, but if we can have a break of this support level over here, I do see it coming lower to the base and then maybe pushing lower or rejecting off of it back to the upside, which we'll see. But I do suspect it to come lower from over here if we can have good candlestick confirmations around here. I think I've yawned through every single currency pair so far. Great. Okay, Euro GBP. Weekly range. It's stuck in a weekly range right now. But on daily as well, it's been making ranges, right? It's just traveling like that, up, down, up, down, up, down within the same sort of areas. It has, though, broken out of this range, if you can say. I was looking for a cleaner retest before I was to enter last week, but I feel like I may still get that opportunity. So let's see, right? It would be nice if I could get a retest of this and long it. Most likely, it will be a long position that I take. Another way I might long it was if it was to break this resistance level over here, which is the highest it's been for a while in recent times. If I get a clean break above this and a retest back around this level, I'll probably long that as well. But yeah, that is it for me for now. Yeah, peace, I guess. No, actually. So next week I've got a lot going on. I might be out of town as well. Won't have my laptop with me for the analysis. So more likely than not, most of my trades I'll probably place on Monday and probably early Tuesday. And that would probably be it, right? I probably won't enter many positions, but if I can find anything on Monday and Tuesday, I shall enter that. But yeah, peace.